everyone, Diana here for your weekly messages along with Daisy. She's outside playing with me here. And also, you can see from my shoulder there, that's our new front porch kitty. That was one of the wild kitties. Her name, we called her Joey because we weren't sure if the boy or girl. And little Joey is joining us here on the front porch, as is Daisy joining us here on the front porch. For your weekly messages and a prediction or two. This is for the week of August 12th to the 18th. I always have to stop and think about those dates, don't I? Anyway, let's get moving because we have a lot to say this week. I want to first of all say enjoy the Daisy's really insistent she gets attention here. So we're going to try to get her to kind of go play a little bit. Go on, go play. There she goes. All right. But enjoy the Perseids meteorite shower. That's coming especially Sunday and Monday. That's when it'll be the brightest, and it should be very, very bright. And if you live in the city, you might want to, if you can, get out in the country because it really is a lot brighter. The stars are so much brighter out in the country. Here where I live, I can actually see the Milky Way late at night and on the darker night. So it's really, really beautiful. So that said, we are going to get to Philip's message. This is for those of you who are just joining us. Welcome. We're so glad you've come. This is an oracle book, and we get a message every week. Each page has its different wisdom on it, so we'll get that in a little bit. We're, you know, you've been hearing me say for some time we're in a highly explosive month. You've been hearing me say that this summer was the energies just, and with Mercury in retrograde, wow, we're really having all that time with Mercury in retrograde to really let go of our fears, to let go of those old patterns. And if we don't let go of them, they're pulled away from us. They're forced to. And so we're seeing that on our personal lives. We're seeing that in the country. And I want to talk more about that. We're also seeing it, by the way, in the world, that those changes are coming. And those changes are not easy. And, you know, there's no reason they're not. The ancient ones tell us, by the way, that this is the time when it's all going to come out and all going to make nature changes. And traditionally, and the ancients tell us this, that creation begins with, the first act of creation is destruction. So creation begins with destruction. I want to write the new story where creation begins with love. Why does it have to begin with construction or destruction? Well, because we hold on to stuff. We don't let go of stuff. We hold on to it. And as long as we're holding on to it, creation is going to be more and more difficult for us to create the new world. I want to talk more about that. And before I forget, thank you, all of you, for subscribing, for telling your friends, for helping us live in more and more love. Help us get the word out to let go of those things that we're frightened of. And thank you for coming back. Thank you so much for your comments. I try my best to keep on top of them. And earlier, a client called today to set an appointment, and she said to me, she says, I sent you an email, and then I started laughing and thought I would just pick up the phone and call you. She says, you probably get several hundred emails every day. Well, not several hundred, but usually around 100 or so. So I can get backed up on messages, but thank you for your comments. I read every one of them, and I'm extremely grateful for your support and your doing your work as well, and that I can be a small part of that. I made up a chart for us because I really want to talk about stuff. And you'll notice I'm going to start with this corner right here. Money, 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 money. You know, I've never understood, I don't understand why people need millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I know it's greed, but there's something beneath that greed. There's something beneath that. And so if you notice on my chart, everything comes down to control. So if I look at the money, it comes right down here to control. Well, what's control about? It's about fear. Fear. Fear of lack. Fear you're not going to have enough. How many millions of dollars, how many billions of dollars does a human being or a family need? In my book, not a whole lot. But if we have that fear that someone's going to come take it away from us, if we have that fear of lack, if we have that fear of loss, we're going to try to control it. And the way we control it is to have more of the same. That's what greed is all about. Then I looked at guns. That's right here, guns. And I thought about guns, and I thought, you know, guns are really, the energy of guns have one purpose, and that's to kill. Whether it's to kill a person or kill an animal. And I know I have a lot of friends with guns, and they'll all tell me, yeah, but I just target shoot. I'm not going to kill anything. That's not in my mind. And I say, okay, I'm not against your having a gun. That's your choice. But recognize that a gun is the energy of a gun is violence and fear. And it comes through control. Think about that again. If I have a gun, why do I have one? Well, I want to protect myself. Okay, I have a gun to protect myself, which means I'm living in the fear of needing protection. You've heard me talk about using your intuition. You've heard me talk about if we're not living in a place of fear and we're listening to our intuition and we're also aware of those other dimensions, we will not be in the place of the bullet. Agreed. Love is not going to stop a bullet, but love may keep us from being in the place where the bullet is. Then I thought about, okay, I'll even let you call them white nationalists, right here. White nationalists, it goes back again to this primal fear, and it's about control. If your skin color is different from mine, if your religion is different from mine, if your belief system is different from mine, I need you to believe and what I believe. I need you to look like I look, because if not, I'm going to control you. And why am I going to control you? Because I'm fearful of you. Why am I fearful of you? Well, let's go back. It's in our DNA. It literally goes back to when we were cave people and we had these different clans, and I've got to prove my clan's better than your clan. My tribe is better than your tribe. And when we were hunter-gatherers, fear had a very good purpose in our life. If we went out to hunt for food for our tribe, and we went out and we better be safe. We better be safe, because we needed to listen if the buffalo is making noise. We needed to run if there was something fearful. Fear still plays a part in our lives in the sense that we should probably listen to it and get out of the way, but not live there. White nationalists live in a place of, I'm going to control you, which truthfully, we don't control anything. And we all know that if we're smart. It comes from a place of fear, right here. You're different from I am, so I'm frightened of you. Now I'm really going to offend some of you, because I also think about pro-life. What does that mean, pro-life? Well, to me, if you're honestly pro-life, then it's not so much that you're against a woman's body or her dominion over her body. It's that you're saying, okay, there's a child in there, there's a baby. Now, legally, it's a fetus, but let's give you that there's a baby in there. And you're going to protect the baby over the woman's right, over her own body. You're going to protect that baby. Okay. But if you're actually pro-life, you're going to adopt that baby, or at least support that baby till that child is 18. maybe even 21. And you're also going to support the birth mother unless you adopt the child. Anything less is not pro-life. It's about control. Because probably a man from the pulpit said, we cannot allow abortion. We cannot give women dominion over their own bodies. So I'm fearful of what will happen to me if I don't go along with what my minister or my priest says. Forget the woman. Forget the child. I have to obey who's in control. That's the only way I can control my life and my friends. That comes out of fear. I want to talk about timing. This is one of my issues right here, timing. And that's partly because I'm an American. But I used to have, I was raised to, you show up on time and you're not late. So it's part of my upbringing. But I go back to a time when I was traveling to New York once a month this goes back into the 1990s. And I was traveling to New York once a month to study. And there was a young friend who was traveling with me. And very laid back young friend. And I would be worried that, oh my gosh, we're going to miss our plane because we're running late. And we've got to turn the rental car in. And he would just be laid back and he would say, you know what? We'll get there when we get there. Well, over the years, I've had a chance. And you know what? We never missed our plane, by the way. If we were late, so was the plane. But over the years, I've had a chance to look at that. What's that about? Well, it was about my trying to control the plane and trying to control the time. And that, my friend, is about fear. If I look deeper at why was I so frightened of missing the plane, I see underneath that, if I peel away the layers, it was about money. I was spending big bucks to study in New York with Jean Houston once a month. But underneath that, I was thinking, oh gosh, I got to pay for a hotel room if we stay overnight or I'll sleep in the airport. And I've got to pay the animal sitters some extra money. I have clients scheduled tomorrow. I'm going to have to cancel. That's about money. And again, it comes back to fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of lack. If we look at every issue in our lives that either disturbs us or is us, is one of our issues, we can see that it's about control, which is about fear. There are only two emotions, if we think about it, and everything comes out of either fear or love. Everything. The wind's kicked up. I hope you can hear. It's a beautiful day where I am, by the way. It's sunny and it's a little on the muggy side, but that's all right because that breeze just keeps it nice and cool. And this, my friend, this word right in front of you, this is an action verb. This word is not just something we feel. This is something we do. This is for ourselves. When we're caught in one of these, or we're thinking about one of these, we have to look at what is our fear around that issue. Because if we keep looking at why is timing so important to me, then it's about trying to control the airplane and trying to control whether I do or don't get back. We never missed a plane, but there's always that, especially if you're flying, there's always that chance. You can't control that. So look at why you're frightened of missing it. Yeah, you're tired and you want to get home, but look deeper. And then choose love. Every act of love is an act of kindness or compassion and will help you and will help the world. Let's see what Philip has to say about all this, shall we? Think left page or right page, and we just flip through, and when we hear stop, we'll stop, or if you don't hear stop, maybe sometimes your thumb will do it for you, or some people tell me that They use this book either first thing in the morning or before they go to bed at night, and they just open it to a page. They don't even flip through it. They just open it to that page. So are you ready? Thinking left page or right page, and we'll see what our message is. And one of you on your comments pointed out that Philip's message seemed to always correspond with what we've talked about. And yes, they do. And that's probably because before I turn or click on the camera on the computer, I say a prayer. And in that prayer, I ask Philip to come speak through us and with us. Let's see what Philip has to say today, shall we? There we go. All right. I'm hearing left page, but I'm also going to read the right page. And I'm also getting, we've got two messages. So we're going to flip through the book again. But here are our first messages. If you can see the darkness, you can also see the light. If you can see the darkness, you can also see the light. I'm seeing a lot of light today. A lot of beautiful sunshine. And I know with the camera you can't really see the sunshine behind me, but you can see the little kitty back there enjoying the warmth, and Daisy's right here licking my arm. So we've got a lot of sunshine going here. And remember, this is where the sunshine is, my friend, not here. And every choice we change to here. Every time the driver cuts us off, we have a choice of getting angry or living in love. Got it? Now I'm going to read the right side, and then we're going to flip through again because we need another message for some reason. Here's the right side. Dissatisfaction with another's attitude can teach you about that which is within you. Dissatisfaction with another's attitude can teach you about that which is within you. Ah, here we go. We get to look at each one of these and say, why do any of these bother me? Well, yeah, we can say, okay, greed hurts me because if somebody else is greedy, they're taking something away from me. But think about that. Are they? Not really. Not unless we believe that. Let's work our way out of this and choose this. Let's get our second message for the day, shall we? Okay, here we go. You ready? We're going to just flip through, and there's where we're going to stop. And again, I'm hearing left, but I'll read you the right message as well. Left is, we must first be ready to receive before we can be given anything. We must first be ready to receive before we can be given anything. Absolutely true. And then this is very important, especially for those of you who are in intimate relationships. How can another choose your path if they have not lived within your soul? How can another choose your path if they have not lived within your soul? That's about giving up our power and asking the other person to tell us what to do in our lives. We do that too often with these. We want to belong to a group, so we